Once you've determined what sort of automobile you want and approximately how much money you want to spend, the next decision is whether to buy a new or used vehicle. While a used car will often be less expensive than a new car may be more reliable and have fewer unexpected repairs that can impact your schedule and budget. For this example, let's look at two different cars, one new and one used, and then compare and contrast all of the variable expenses you may encounter with each car over the next 5 years, such as the cost of the car, the cost of the financing it, the cost of gas, the cost of insurance, and finally, maintenance and repairs. But first, let's talk new versus used car depreciation. Suppose we have a brand new car with an MSRP of $19,000 and we have a used car that is the same make and model as the other one, but is 5 years older, that we found for sale by its owner at a cost of $10,000. You may wonder why the used car is so much less expensive than the new car, and there are several reasons for this, including the following. Although the new automobile comes with a guarantee that will cover part of your maintenance expenditures, depreciation is the most significant reason in the price difference between the two vehicles. As an automobile ages, its value decreases, which is referred to as depreciation. As a result, even if you maintain the vehicle in excellent condition, a new automobile that costs $19,000 after 5 years may be worth just approximately $10,000. And the same automobile may be only worth approximately $5,000 in another 5 years if the same thing happens. In this example, you can see that depreciation does not occur at any constant rate. Yes, it is almost always going to decrease in value. However, a new car loses value the fastest the moment you purchase it, but then slows to a more constant rate after the first few years. If you plan on driving your car until it falls apart, depreciation will not matter as much because you will not be trading it in or selling it after 5 years. It can make a significant difference. However, allow me to elaborate on some of the major distinctions, beginning with the financing options available. Although it is possible to finance an automobile purchased from an individual, it is preferable to get this kind of financing via a bank or credit union. However, while purchasing a used automobile, you are more likely to get a higher interest rate than when purchasing a new car. For example, let's suppose that the annual percentage rate or APR on a 5-year loan for the new car is 3.5%. Any APR is an abbreviation for PR on a loan for a second-hand automobile. The interest rate might be as high as 4% per year. Using an online loan calculator, you'll see that you'll be paying around $20,700 over the course of 5 years, which consists of $19,000 in principal and $1,700 in interest, with monthly installment approximately $345. You will pay roughly $11,050 for the used car over the course of 5 years, $10,000 in principal and $1,050 in interest, with monthly installments of approximately $185. The fact that your principal on the used car is less than your principal on the new car, even though your interest rate is higher on the used car, means that you will pay a disproportionately lower amount in the interest over the course of your monthly payments on the used car than you will on the new car. Next, Let's look at the gas mileage comparison. Considering the following scenario, you travel around 15,000 miles per year and your new automobile gets 33 miles per gallon while your old car gets 21 miles per gallon. Also, let's suppose that the price of gasoline will continue at $4 per gallon. The number of miles driven multiplied by the number of miles per gallon multiplied by the price of gas per gallon over the period of 5 years would result in roughly $9,100 in gas expenditures for the new vehicle and approximately $10,350 in gas expenditures for the old vehicle. Next, insurance premium must be taken into consideration. Insurance rates vary depending on a variety of factors, and when comparing new versus used cars, the difference in rate for you will likely be based more on the replacement cost of the car. So while a new car may provide you with some discounts for new safety features, the difference in rate for you will likely be based more on the replacement cost of the car. Generally speaking, a used automobile that is less to value will cost less to insure, thus your insurance may be less expensive with the new car in this case. Due to the unpredictable nature of maintenance and repairs, estimating them may be challenging. Additionally, big repairs can have a substantial influence on your overall budget. In the first few years of owning a new car, major repairs may be covered by the warranty. Therefore, let's estimate that you spend $3,000 on maintenance and repairs on the new car. When purchasing a used car, you have the option of purchasing certified pre-owned, which will cost a little bit more but will also come with a warranty. However, for the purpose of this example, let's assume that you purchased your car from its previous owner. The cost of regular maintenance typically increases as the car ages, as does the likelihood of needing a major repair. Major repairs can be inconvenient because they take time, and you may be required to rent a car while yours is in the shop. Depending on the condition of the used car, you might be lucky and only have to spend $4,000 on maintenance, but a more realistic number might be around $6,000 on the used car. Adding everything up, you spend a total of $40,600 on a new car and $33,400 on the used car over 5 years, which is a difference of approximately $40,600 minus $440,200 on the used car. Keeping in mind that this would not take into account the real worth that it is still in the cars, the sports car vehicle probably has a fewer more years left than the used car, and if you were to sell the others, you'd of each $10,000 for luxury truck rather than about $5,000 for the used car. However, there are a lot of variables to consider. With certain cars in certain situations, the new car may probably cost you less than the used car, because there are numerous other factors to consider. Thanks for watching. Peace.